Hello to everyone interested in Philippine coins. This is the Philippines coin channel, and today we're going to take a look at some 50s. Some 50 centavos, some 50 centimo, some 50 centimos, and some coins from the 1950s from the Philippines. So let's start with, let's just start with this big one right here on top. This coin, as you can see, is from 1967, and it says Republica ng Pilipinas. And down here on the banner underneath says the same thing. In Tagalog or Philippine, Republica ng Pilipinas. 1967, we can see that there's some coloring here, and that's because this coin gets a little beat up as it gets older. And this particular coin, this is the first year that this coin was made, and it's the, let's look at it, the Limampung centimo. So the 50 centimos with Marcelo H. Del Pilar, and he's facing to the right. And you can see we kind of have a geared outer rim. This is a reeded edge coin. Now this coin, this is the first year it was made. From 1967 to 1975 they made these coins. And this is the first coin ever from the Philippines that we have that actually has the coin value in Tagalog or Philippine. Limampung or 50. And notice it says centimos with an S on the end. And that's going to be important because they kind of change it up a little bit. And of course we get back to the back. We have the 3 stars, the sun, the eagle, the lion, and the shield, and the banner down below. Now, prior to this coin, they made what was called a 50 centavos coin. So here's 50 centavos, and here's Limampung or 50 centimos. So the 50 centavos coins were the last of kind of what the United States or the English coins. And of course, Philippines was an independent country, but they kind of kept some of their coinage. And of course, centavos comes from the Spanish. 50 centavos in English is kind of a mix between the English number 50 and centavos for cents in Spanish. And of course, in Philippine, they use the word centavos also. Here's Mount Mayon in the background, the Lady Liberty with the hammer on top of the anvil, and it says 1964 underneath. And if these coins are really good shape, you can see her toes really well. And this is a pretty good shaped coin. And you can see the lines in her dress and the hair flowing back. This again has a reeded rim. And this was the last year they made this coin. So they made this coin, the 50 centavos coin, from 1958 until 1964. And of course on the back it says it in English. Central Bank of the Philippines. So rather than Banco Central, or rather than Republic ng Pilipinas, they say in English Central Bank of the Philippines. And then if you magnify it here, we see down here it says Republic of the Philippines in English also, with the same shield in the same shape banner, but we've gone in this older one in English, this newer one in Tagalog. And the older one, Central Bank of the Philippines, and the new one just said Republic of the Philippines. Now that all changed with this next coin, and this is a 50 centimo coin. So notice how this one said 50 centimos. This one says 50 centimo. They took the S off. The 50 centimo with kind of the monkey-eating eagle. Look at those claws on there. Pithecanthrophaga jeffrey. And just a really beautifully engraved coin. Now this coin here was made from 1983 until 1990. And if we tip this one up, we see it has a smooth rim, and it's a copper nickel coin. This is the first year they made this one in 1983. Again, it has Marcelo H. Del Pilar, but this time he's facing the other direction. Instead of facing to the right, he's facing to the left. There's his name. Republica ng Pilipinas, 1983. And then, of course, on the back we have the 50 centimo. And so we kept the O without the S. Now, this is the next one, and you can't even see this one. And we put this on our site as a mystery coin. If we tip it up just right, you can see the 50 here. And this is the eagle too. But what they did was they took this coin here and made a much smaller version of it. And instead of making it out of copper nickel, they made it out of brass. And they made it out of brass from 1991 till 1994. In this coin, you can actually see the eagle's beak down here and the feathers, and you can almost see Marcelo H. del Pilar, there he is, Republic ng Pilipinas down here. And it looks like it says 1993 maybe. So this coin came after this coin, and they made it of brass, and brass didn't hold up as well in the Philippines with the saltire. But we got to get a better copy of this one, because this one just isn't good enough. But you can see how it actually goes down through to the copper. All right, so there's our 50 centimos, our 50 centavos. And now let's look at some coins from the 1950s. And this is the 1958 10 centavos. And again, it has the same woman on it that they had in some of the later coins. And you can see her hair flowing, Mount Mayon in the background, the hammer, the anvil. And then down here they have the date. And this one, see how this has a beaded outer rim, just beads where they don't touch. And this one on the 10 centavos has a geared rim. So they actually touch the rim. It's not beads on here. And we get to the outside, and of course it's a reeded edge, and Central Bank of the Philippines in English, and Republic of the Philippines from 1958. Now here's another 1958, and this is the 1 centavos. And of course the 1 centavos, I'm not sure why the men are on the cheaper coins, and the woman engraving is on the more expensive coins, but that's kind of how it's set up. And then of course when you get the really high price coins, you have the men come back again. But this is a man seated with the, he's not working with the hammer at this point. He's just kind of resting, looking over at Mount Mayon in the background. 1 centavo, so no S of course because there's only one, 1958. And again, if we look at this edge here, we see it kind of blends right in. Smooth edge here. And this says again in English, Republic of the Philippines. And then finally, we have the 5 centavos from 1959. And again, this blends right into the rim here, smooth edge, and again, Republic of the Philippines down here. And this one is just in fantastic condition. None of these coins are worth very much. They're all worth, between $1 and $2 max. But this one, if you look at the detail on that eagle, you can see the olive branch, you can see the arrows, you can see the mane with the lion with the tongue out, the stars and the sun, and you can really see kind of the toning or coloring here on this one. This is a relatively valuable coin. It's probably worth $1.50 to $2, simply because it's older and it's in really, really good shape. Again, you can see the toes, you can see the smoke rings pretty well here, and you can see a little bit of the vegetation on Mount Mayon if you tip it up just right. All right, well that's all we have today for our Philippines 50s. So we have some 50 centimos, 50 centavos, and coins from the 1950s. Have a great day from the Phil and Sing Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.